welcome back to Pagan Pathways with Jessica. For today's DIY, we're going to make a standing candle holder with the representation of your goddess. This is a super easy and inexpensive DIY. So these came from the Dollar Tree, so they're $1 a piece, and then these little wood pieces that will be framing the bottom come from Michael's. They are $1.79. So in total, you're gonna have $3 in your wood. And then I've printed the images on a cardstock from my printer. If you do not have a printer, most public libraries will print in black and white for like 10 cents, and in color I think maybe it's 25 cents, so very inexpensive. Now the rest of the project is super simple to do. We are going to remove the labels, of course. Let me do it. Thank you.
Can I help you?
You can help me. Just hold on a minute.
So guys, we're gonna do a very good video. me and Mamie are doing something again.
These are going to sit like this, and to get them to sit like that, we are going to wood glue, and I'm also going to be using a staple. Okay, so now that I backed up the camera, you can see better what we're going to be doing here. Anyway, we're going to wood glue this on, and then like I said, I will be adding staples. If you don't plan to hang this on the wall, which you would be able to if you wanted, you can skip the staple and just do the wood glue.
Can I open this?
Just a second. But because I think I want to hang it on the wall, I'm going to do it this way. Alright, the wood glue we're going to be using is just this super glue wood glue. It's from Dollar Tree. Very inexpensive. Alright, so I think I have it all lined up, which is the important part, is to make sure it's straight and that it's fit at the bottom there. Now again, you don't have to do the staple part, but I am going to go ahead and staple it because I think it'll make it much stronger, and then if I want to hang it on the wall as a scone, I can surely do that.
Mamie, I love you.
I love you too, baby.
I wish I could go to my mom's. Well, she don't like it. That looks like a toilet.
So we're well, it won't when we're all done. Wash stain. I don't know if you're familiar with whitewash, but this is the goddess Freya that will be going on here. So I will tell you, these are 5x7 images is what I've put on there.
That looks like a scone.
It is almost. Now, I don't have her cut exactly how I want her either, but that's okay because I think I'm going to take a white rope and go around it and then...
After you're done. It's a size now.
So I think that's how she'll fit on there.
Goddess, she walks with me.
I'm going to be using the chalk paint in sheepskin color because it's not quite white, and I like the off-white a little bit better, and we're going to mix it with a little water to make it a whitewash. Alright, I'm giving my paint a good little shake. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to stick some on here. Then I'm going to take some water and I'm going to thin this out. This is just a piece of wax paper. Alright, so I know it looks really white on the screen, but it's definitely not, and as it dries, it's going to soak in, and then we're going to really see some nice wood grain. So while this dries, I'm going to get the other one ready. Alright, so I got this rope from Dollar Tree, and we're going to use it next. I'm going to only on one of these.
Guys, I'm making a beautiful thing that I'm going to do right now.
So this one is the Freya frame, and what'd I do with that picture? The picture I'm using is light and airy and beautiful, and so I wanted to do something light, airy, and beautiful to her stand. No, oh, here it is. So I have cut her photo is much larger than the Morgan one, and I really think that this is going to be super pretty with this beautiful rope just going all the way around it. So they use the Aleene's tacky glue. So I'm just going to get it all over the back of this, spread it out, put it on there the way I think it should go.
So gluey.
Next, we're going to make some very simple clay roses to accompany our Freya. First thing we're doing is warming this clay up so that it's more moldable. Secondly, we're going to flatten out a small piece and fold it inward to make the center of our bud. Then we'll twist it in our fingers to make it pointed at the bottom. And then we're going to slowly add petals one at a time. We'll flatten pieces out and then add them a little at a time. We'll also make them just a little misshapen because rose petals are, you know, they're not perfectly flat. You will continue just to repeat this process until you have the rose the size you would like it. Now, if you want a larger rose, you want to start with a larger piece in the middle, and then of course if you want a smaller rose, you will do a smaller piece in the middle. Okay, there it is, simple rose. Now, the roses I've decided to do are a little larger. Same process, you just make them larger. Here I am painting them after I've already cooked them because this is oven baked clay. I'm using Waverly rose gold metallic paint to do so. It comes out almost a purplish color, not really a pink. And next I'm going to dry brush a little white on there to give it that dusty rose effect. Here you can see the larger rose is actually an incense holder. So I made this to accompany the Freya. Freya is for my daughter-in-law and she needed a new incense holder. So the last thing we're going to do with this is hot glue these on, and I will make sure that I stick it to the rope so that it'll hold better than just sticking it to the wood. Here she is completed. She'll make a very nice addition to your wall or to your altar. Okay, we're going to do the Morgan one, and this time we're going to use the black ribbon. I believe this is 1/8 of an inch, and it's going to go very nicely, almost perfectly around the frame, the top of the frame. And then on the bottom, we're going to use a 1/2 inch ribbon. The smaller ribbon came from Walmart. I think it was 47 cents. The larger ribbon came from Dollar Tree. Now for the picture, we're just going to cut it to the way we like it, and then we're going to do the same thing and use Aleene's tacky glue just to glue it down. Okay, we're going to take some of the cotton rope and we're going to go around the picture and around the frame. First, we'll need to braid it and then we'll need to dye it. To dye the rope, we're going to take some water, dump some of the Waverly ink paint into the water, stir it up really good, and then put the braided ropes inside. We'll let them sit for a good 30 to 45 minutes to really absorb that color, and we're not going to rinse them out. We're just going to take them right out and hang them up in the sun so they can dry. Okay, these are ready to go out to dry. While we're waiting for those to dry, we're going to work on making a raven, at least the wings, out of polymer clay. So the first thing I do is just kind of draw on this to give me my starting point. So I just do a basic shape and then I cut it out. Now that I have it cut out, I am just going to try to tailor it to what I think is best. And then the next thing I'm going to do is cut out almost diamond shapes for the little feathers to go on the wing. I'm definitely not a professional with the polymer clay, but if we break this down into simple steps, we can all accomplish it, and it might not be perfect, but I'm satisfied. I hope you will be too. I just keep layering the wings on until I get into the middle. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the X-Acto knife and we're going to lightly cut down the middle and then cut on each side very close together to make it the feather looking shape. Once that's done, we just take it to the oven. We put it in there per the instructions on the oven baked clay. Now, if you prefer, you can use air dried clay or a homemade clay. Off to the oven it goes, and now we've got our dried rope, and we're going to just hot glue it on, as I said before, around the picture and then around the outside of the frame. That part's done. Now we're going to go paint the wings. Here's a look at it now that it's been baked. I'm just going to use the ink Waverly chalk paint, and then I will take a little bit of the white, mix it with the black to give it a little bit of a gray to tone down that super dark black. The last step is to then figure out where we want these to be placed at. I already had in mind for the top, and then we're just going to hot glue them on. We'll make sure that when we use the hot glue, it sticks to the rope and the wood because it will stick better to the rope.